Awesome, awesome. 3 matches already in the books in the losers bracket, and 1 more to go. Brazil and Taiwan are going to do battle for that last spot in the next loser bracket round.
You always wonder with DT starts, hopefully everybody's really, really warmed up in the match. It's a tough place to start if you're not perfectly ready to go. But I think all these players, with a match as big as this one on the line, will have been prepared and will be ready for this match.
Yeah.
So we did get the very early break from Yunha. He'll be traded back by Mistia.
Yeah, Mistia will find that miss and trade it, as you said. So Taiwan will be pulling it back for now.
And this one's relatively long. This DT pool is actually, in terms of double time pools, fairly long. I mean, the average map length in this DT pool is almost 3 minutes, which is a little longer than what we're used to seeing. But, makes for a little bit more of a consistency-based pool, in addition to the skill sets already being tested, whether it's your aim or whether it's your raw speed. And you see these streams starting to come in. This is what Brazil wanted to start off on, were these longer stamina-based streams and finger control patterns. And everybody looking pretty comfortable. There is that early miss from Tusk, though, as well. So Taiwan going to take that lead.
Yeah, now 3 FCs to 2 in favor of Taiwan.
And Mouse Easy is going to go as well. Taiwan's going to build a huge lead here in this first third.
Yeah, now it's all on Taiwan right now. Riser, Shield, and Zane just trying to put this out of reach, and we're not even at the halfway point.
Yeah, already over 100,000 point lead just about for Taiwan. Those early breaks not doing well. That's really going to cost Brazil a lot of combos. We're already halfway through, and they've got 2 very low combos. And there goes Nissan as well. Boy, this is not the start Brazil wanted at all for their first pick.
This is falling apart pretty quickly here for Brazil, as Nissan also gives it up once again. Riser, Shield, and Zane just crushing it right now. Combo gaming.
And honestly, I mean, yeah, their AC is a little bit lower, but Brazil's is not that great either, so it's not even like all that different in that regard. It's just Taiwan holding combo better and accuracy as well through some kind of awkward aim in those longer streams in that chorus. It's the type of map that requires a few different skill sets. As a just miss on nothing comes in from Tusk. I'm not sure what happened there, but Mistia's about all they've got left to lean on. Taiwan is just going to run away with this one, though.
Yeah, with only a quarter of the map left in this score gap, it's basically almost impossible, still with Taiwan holding 3 FCs.
You almost wonder if it was a little bit of a bait from Taiwan. They say, hey, we're going to double ban a couple of speed maps and make you guys think that that's an optimal skill set for you to pick into, and then we're going to show up and just 3-way this like it's nothing. I mean, this is very casual stuff from Taiwan here. Just looking like they're out for a friendly little Saturday afternoon multi with the boys.
Friendly Saturday multi with the boys.
Yunha does finally break at the end, as does Riser, but I mean, it's just not going to matter at this point.
Yeah.
Zane bringing in the double FC, it looks like here.
That's going to be 2 FCs to 0 on the side of Brazil. And that is the opening break point for Taiwan. Strong start for them. We'll have to see. And you never know. Sometimes a few players, it just takes a couple maps for them to really sink into the match and kind of come alive. So we'll have to see if that's just the case for Brazil. But Taiwan going with the alt map.
Yep, trying to hit the ground running here with their own first pick, but this is a very, very difficult no mod 3. You can miss pretty much anywhere. In any no mod 3 that feels like the case, but this one the spacing is just really tricky. A lot of patterns that are very hard.
That's
to
already
consistent
3 misses on Taiwan's side to 1 on Brazil at the start. So Brazil have 3 FCs to Taiwan's only 1. Shield and Mistia.
And you're just going to see more and more of these crazy spacing patterns that people will break on, like you just said, Mistia and Shield both finding misses. Tusk and Mouse Easy both holding combos against GFMRT, Spine's Knight, Blast. It's a little bit of a combo lead for Taiwan, but it's very, very close with that double FC holding things together for Brazil.
Yeah, and Spine's Knight had a very, very early miss, so he's basically good for an FC right now.
There goes Tusk. That was one of the 2 FCs, but GFMRT trades it right back, as does Spine's Knight. Oh, goodness. Ooh. Well, yeah, and there goes Dada, too. Like I said, you can seriously miss literally at any point in this map, and it's just not a surprise because the patterns are so hard.
It's Mouse Easy doing the heavy lifting. The only FC left in the lobby, and his highest supporting combo is going to be Mistia at around 400. Flask, though, up to 500 with Shield at 400, but Mistia will drop, so now Taiwan will have a shot to pull it back.
Yeah, Mischief just, I mean, the slow section, some awkward rhythm, but, and there goes Mouse Easy as well, so the big combo now gone from Brazil. It is basically just Flask, 650 combo, and GFMRT at 250. It's a misfest, it really is, but that combo being held shaky from Flask, but it's being held, pulling that gap back. It's going to flip over here in just a second for Taiwan, and we'll see if they can run with it.
Flask pulling it back for Taiwan. He will give it up right as Taiwan gets that score lead, though. GFMRT will go to work to try to preserve it, and no one on Brazil's side actually really has any significant combo to fight this, so Brazil will pull it back slowly, but with that miss from GFMRT, Brazil now will have a shot to further cement the lead.
This was such a tricky selection, and you just never know what's going to happen in terms of performance within the actual map. Still have the last quarter to come. Mouse Easy Dada with those combos. Not anymore. Dada breaking. I think this can be brought back by Taiwan, especially with that miss from Tusk.
That's
it's
a triple miss from Brazil.
Mouse Easy playing that anchor role for Brazil, but it's just not going to be enough at this rate. Those combos from Taiwan growing, and Brazil kind of falling apart a little bit here. Dada and Tusk having a lot of trouble in this last moment.
Shield, Spines Knight, and Flask really came up with the 400 combos. They were basically negating Mouse Easy and then some, so Spines Knight even right now is fending off Mouse Easy, and Flask is doing the real damage with this 480 combo.
Yeah, Flask only 100 combo behind Mouse Easy, has very similar accuracy. Spines Knight obviously struggling on the act, but that combo is what's keeping his score relevant, and Taiwan is just going to take this in the last chorus. That was such an important combo from those three members in that last third, just to run away with enough of a lead to take the point. That was very tense, though, through much of it.
And for Taiwan, this presents a brilliant opportunity. If they are able to take this break point and get their next pick, going up 4-0 will put a tremendous amount of pressure on Brazil. So Brazil trying to do everything they can to stop that momentum here with this AR 8.5 hidden pick.
Yep, this is an attempt to stop the bleeding. And it is on a very tricky, again, map. A lot of these maps very technically challenging in terms of your reading, in terms of your cursor movement, you know, whether it's the linear jumps or stacked patterns. There's a lot to unpack in this particular pick, and you can see breaks a lot of places early on already from Mischief and Spines Knight in the very beginning, as well as GFMRT Dada.
Yeah, Sheena Noriko also found a very early miss, but he is comboed since then. As Tusk drops, it's only Nissan for Brazil against Sheena Noriko and Flask. So Taiwan are going to start pulling that back, but Flask does drop, so now Brazil have a chance here with Nissan out in front. Sheena Noriko chasing him desperately.
And Nissan is like the last player you have to worry about on a map like this. He is rock solid on these picks week in and week out. Although he does find a break, it's traded with Sheena Noriko, so not going to be the end of the world. Mischief building up some combo behind him alongside Spines Knight for Taiwan. You know, that act from Nissan, despite the break, shows how comfortable he is with this type of pick. Hopefully he can recoup that combo a little bit here going forward. This one's going to stay pretty tight, but Brazil with that little bit of a lead.
And Sheena Noriko dropping again. But GFMRT and Spines Knight now building up some combos here for Taiwan, but Tusk and Mischief doing the work for Brazil.
And you have this little bit of a slow section, able to build up some combo. You can see where that reading difficulty comes into play, those kind of back and forth overlapping patterns and some of these streams on the lower AR. Very tricky both to read and to aim properly. A lot of linear aim patterns like you would come to expect from IO Exception, the mapper. Find a break from Nissan and Spines Knight, but Brazil still with a nice combo on three of their players, going to maintain that advantage.
Yeah, and now Dada is really starting to build his combo, put in the work, as Nissan is now the one struggling, but fortunately for him, his teammates all have his back.
It figures that the person I mentioned as being so good at this is the one that's struggling, but like you said, Brazil holding on with Nissan struggling a little bit, but Tusk finds a break into another slower section here. There is a lot of combo on Taiwan. They can try to pull this back. There is enough time, and that would be incredibly demoralizing if they manage to do so. There is the break from Spines Knight, though. This could end up being very close. You've got a lot of combo, but that big combo on Mischief is really important for Brazil here if he can hold on.
Yeah, it's all in Brazil right now and how they handle the last sections of this map. But as Dada and Mischief both find misses, and now you see that score bar, it's starting to creep.
Oh, but there goes GFMRT and Spines Knight.
That is definitely going to stifle their momentum. Sheena Noriko is all Taiwan has, but there he goes.
Boy, if they could have held on, but Brazil, yeah.
Tusk able to hold on with the 3-digit combo, 300 combo, and Brazil will get their first point on the board. It's 2-1.
Wait, and I don't know, how confident they're going to feel coming out of that one. Taiwan just needed a little bit more combo at the end, but you take the W where you can, and, Brazil, even if it was only ended up being by 250K, but it certainly felt a lot closer than that in that last Ki. That score from Mischa is really, really strong, 628K, highest score on the map by about 90,000 points. It was putting in work.
It was a tug of war there for most of the map, but in the end, Brazil able to run away. They just had the better consistency through the map, just slightly more, consistency than Taiwan, able to build those combos. And we saw that from Taiwan in the second point. They were the ones able to have 3 players consistently building combo. That's what gets them the point. When the name is more than just a name.
So we're going to get underway here. CS 6.5, Tusk, Mischa, Sanji with Korean Malako. New roster for Brazil in this one. Riser, Zane, Flask, and Shield in for Taiwan. A very strong team on these precision aim hard rock picks. This one requires a lot of different skill sets. You've got some tricky slider aim. You've got some normal, just straightforward aim. Also the bursts and streams coming in thick and hot. And already several breaks early on.
Yeah, there's several breaks early on both sides. And Taiwan's struggling a fair amount. Only Zane with the full combo for Taiwan, and only Sanji Lift missing for Brazil. Everyone else holding that FC, so Brazil very much in this.
This is a type of map where, again, you can miss very easily just by slight mis-aims. Because some of those patterns are very tight, and because the circles are so small, you see several breaks everywhere. Shield, Flask, Korean Malako, Tusk, Sanji Lift just right in quick succession. Mischa versus Riser here, the battle of the 2 combos that are still alive. Taiwan just that small lead.
And Mischa, he's got the bigger combo, but Riser's got the teammates with more combo backing him up, so it's not, the lead really isn't going anywhere right now. Taiwan are just slowly pulling it away, but another miss from Sanji Lift and Tusk is really not going to help Brazil. They have no one building combo. Aside from Mischa, Korean Malako is doing everything he can. But Taiwan now have all their players above 250 combo. Brazil only have one above 250 combo at this moment.
Yeah, and this is like I was saying, it's just who can keep those bigger combos in these middle and last kind of third of the maps. You do see a break from Zane and Shield, but Korean Malako with a break and really not a lot going for the other Brazilian combos. It's not the end of the world for them.
If we do see misses from either Riser or Flask here, and if Mischa holds, this could get really close at the end, but unless we see that happen pretty soon, Taiwan's looking good here.
Yeah, it would have to be now or never, and I think it's now basically past the point of no return here unless Riser and Flask both completely flub the ending. This is a great performance from both of them on this pick on a map that really suits their skill sets. This was a great pick, I think, for Taiwan. That score from Riser is really, really solid. Flask backing him up well also, and that's just a solid pick for Taiwan for the 3-1 lead.
And Riser will come in with 900K, helping secure the point. Mischa with a great performance of 949K, the MVP of the lobby, but it will be Taiwan getting the point and going up 3-1. They preserve the 2-point lead. Crystal is literally my favorite OC player.
Dude, and Crystal just had his hard carry pants on in that match, too. He did everything he could, just put everything on the line. Was unfortunately denied by Skydiver in the tiebreaker, but great performance from him anyway. And now we are back into the map here, so we'll get underway.
Mod 3.
Already on map number 5 of this match, and Brazil's lives kind of hanging in the balance here. If they don't win this pick of their own, they're going to be in a pretty rough spot going forward. We do get the mods as expected. Dada hidden, Mischa hard rock, GFMRT hidden, Riser hard rock. The other 4 on those no mods. Those will be the players you'll look at to ensure some strong combo.
And neither team overmodding here, which I just think, was obvious from the start. I don't think there was any reason for either team to overmod, but Dada is going to be the first miss. That's the hidden player for Brazil.
He's had a little bit of that struggle. We saw a couple times last week and a couple times so far in this match where he'll have some early breaks and then manage to build up combo through the middle of maps. Maybe that'll be the case here again.
The Apraxia method.
The Apraxia method, man. Dada is the apprentice to that, I suspect. This is such a tricky map with Hidden, though. Some of these patterns are very tough to read properly. A lot of perfect stacks, and just a lot of kind of those back and forth. It's what you expect out of Evil, all this mapping. And it's what you get here. Dada missed you, both having some trouble early on. Taiwan rolling that 4-way FC through 500 combo, looking very comfortable.
Yeah, but GFMRT will be the first miss for Taiwan, so it's going to stop Taiwan a little bit. Riser will also miss. That's the 2 mod players down.
And there goes Shield as well, so both mod players gone for both teams, but the Shield on Nomad FC gone now for Taiwan.
Yeah,
it's going to bring us right back to Brazil.
It's Nissan and Mouseizy, the nomads, carrying on for Brazil. Shield and Riser will miss yet again, and it's only Flask for Taiwan. So now Brazil in control.
And Brazil just doing the exact same thing they did on their previous pick on the Hidden 2. Although Dada and Mischief both find breaks, but where they had those early misses and built up combo in the middle, they're looking at that exact same strategy here again. This map is pretty consistently difficult through almost its entire length. A lot of these tricky patterns, some kind of anti-aim, some would call it, awkward aim, others would call it. Easy to break on stuff, but Mouseizy and Nissan going strong. Those star players on Nomad making their scores count. Nissan's still on the SS rank, and GFRT Riser both breaking. There's really no combo on the side of Taiwan. Brazil's going to run away with this. Really impressive stuff from all 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, and if this carries on much longer, we get to a quarter of the map left, and Mouseizy and Nissan are still FCing. It's going to be virtually impossible for Taiwan to pull this one back.
This is just insanely impressive. Mouseizy just a few 100s. Nissan's still on the SS. I mean, this is just the playground for some of these no-mod players at a high level. A couple more breaks come in for Mischi and Dada, but it's really not going to matter because Shield and Riser broke also. And this is just incredible stuff from Brazil. Nissan finally does drop a couple of 100s, but man, the double FC still alive, and Brazil just looking very powerful. The strat is working.
And once again, folks, on semifinals week, a 2-way would be pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, from anyone not named, say, the United States, for instance, multiple FCs on any map at this round is really, really impressive. Even if it is no mod on free mod, you cannot take that away from the players because they are putting forth a great effort here. Nissan and Mousey's just looking so comfortable. The cursor's looking completely clean and smooth and under control. No shakes, no nerves, and they're just running with this one.
And coming to the end, they will get the double FC. Brazil take a very important point to make it 3-2.
And that was decisive. 870,000 points, just about. Double FC for Mouseizy and Nissan. 2 100s for Nissan. Really, really strong performance. That was exactly what Brazil needed. Try to get that confidence level up a little bit here as we move into the later stages
and
of this
Taiwan
match.
Will instantly shoot their next pick out. No mod 6.
So we'll see. No mod 6 is a controversial pick. And we'll get to see how the players perform on it here as we get underway here.
And Dada says, I'm going ahead, boys.
Little solo performance. Dada, of course, known as a very strong rhythm player, but this map is one that will test your mettle. As you can see, breaks abound. Mischa, Mouseizy, and Korean Malaku all breaking in the intro.
Ooh, that's 3 FCs to now 2 FCs to 1. Taiwan with a 1 FC advantage with Flask and GFMRT over Dada at the moment. Korean will also drop.
And I mean, you can just listen to this song and hear why it's so difficult as a map. The way that the concept of this map was executed is so difficult to play well. Between both the aim and the rhythm complexity, it is not a simple one to get it. You know, it's almost like somebody just kind of dropping a piano down some stairs in terms of the song, and it's just mapped like it as well.
Mouseizy will find another miss. Dada and Mischa doing what they can. Mouseizy struggling, but Taiwan now looking very comfortable. As Shield does find a miss, they still have 3 very healthy combos, but as Shina Noriko misses, that's going to open the door for Brazil with Mischa, Korean, and Dada the FC will go along with Korean. Mischa the only one, and now Flask is going to negate him with that 600 combo.
And there goes Mischi as well. Flask breaking. It's a full combo reset, which really just advantages Taiwan. They built up that early lead. They're going to continue to hold it because there's no combo. Really the highest at Mouseizy at 200, but Shina Noriko matching him. And there's the breaks for everyone except Shield. I think this one just ended, actually, with that miss from 7 players. Yeah,
I think with the fact that Shield was able to hold on is really going to secure this point for Taiwan.
And you can see just how hard this map is. That entire first 2/3 of it. The ending is maybe a little less unhinged, but still crazy. It's so hard to keep a combo up anywhere, as you can see. Almost no combos coming into the ending. But
Taiwan will prevail. A fairly close pick there for most of the way, but Shield able to do the work that needed to be done in the end of the map to secure the point for his team. So Taiwan, once again, will hold on to that 2-point lead, and it's up to Brazil once again to respond. Have a look at this.
And it's going to be minimal mods, once again, Hidden Tusk, Hard Rock Korean Maluko, Hidden Shina Noriko, Hard Rock Flask. So a little bit switching it up for both teams. Dada not coming in for this one. Riser not coming in for this one.
But Mouse Easy and Nissan once again taking the no mods. No surprise there. And we see Spines Knight and GFMRT, the no mods for Taiwan.
Yeah, these are, you know, kind of who are your best combo players for this low AR on no mod, who can play this comfortably with the mods. And already the very early break from Spines Knight. We'll see if his comfort level improves over the course of the pick. But again, this is a very important pick here for Brazil. If they lose this, Taiwan has a match point in their favor on their own pick.
Yeah, this is a very important point for Brazil. And right now they have a slight advantage off the miss from Spines Knight, but it's still very early days.
We'll see these patterns, some perfect stacks, some very tricky overlaps, much like some of the others, much like that.
And Mouse Easy.
Oh, double early break here. Not quite a quarter of the way in, but Mouse Easy and Tusk both gone. Advantage Taiwan here for the moment.
Advantage Taiwan for the moment. If they're able to combo just a fair amount, they can set themselves up quite nicely here.
This is looking like a playground for some of these members of Taiwan. The 99.5 ACK, 99.5 ACK from both GFMRT and Shina Noriko. Just a bit behind for Flask, but he's on Hard Rock. That's fine. Very impressive stuff so far, but only a third of the way in. There's a lot of time left still.
Yeah, we're right near that halfway point, and this is actually the worst point in the map to miss at that halfway mark, because it immediately yeah, unfortunately he already missed, but doesn't it like immediately cap your score at about 650k?
Yeah, give or take. This is absolutely just the score being eliminated, and the accuracy gap is also huge between the teams. You see Tusk at 95, Korean Maluko at 95. Meanwhile, those 97s, 98s from several players on Taiwan. But
GFMRT, that is a double miss from the no-mod players on Taiwan. So that is going to help out Brazil and give them a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel here. But that scorebar, you see it slowly creeping back over to the left-hand side.
Brazil,
with a quarter of the map left.
Brazil needs a break from Noriko or from Flask if they want to have a hope here. Korean Maluko, Nissan are matching them. It's a bit of a combo lead for Mouse Easy and Tusk, but that score is coming back slowly. Yeah, about a quarter of the map. I think it might be enough time regardless, but it's going to be.
I think it also might come down to accuracy from here on out too, given this current scoreline, because you see the accuracy and how that scorebar just shot to the right for a second.
And now it's just coming over quickly though.
Flask did find a lot of hundreds there. Mouse Easy will break, though, and that's really going to hurt Brazil, but Spines Knight trades it. Shina Noriko and Flask against Nissan and Korean Maluko. Tusk, that supporting combo is making the difference. Pulling it back for Brazil. Shina will drop, and Brazil, in the end, are going to be able to come through, take it back, and stay in this match.
That is just incredibly impressive stuff from Brazil. Nissan and on Korean Maluko, the double FC, Nomad and Hard Rock, and Tusk with that big backing combo. That was really, really impressive and very, very important from Brazil. Again, you know, pulling that a few misses early and then combo later on strategy with Tusk on that 883 to close it out. Just not quite enough on the Taiwanese side from GFMRT and Spines Knight. Brazil just keeping themselves in this with their own picks.
Guys, no, we got to play this map. This is the map we won.
This is
a
panic button. This is a panic button moment.
Panic champ, please.
That is a known glitch with the Osu tournament client. It is one that I have run into here and there. In streaming tournaments myself. I don't know what causes it, but it does happen. But we'll get loaded into the proper map and have all 8 players playing the same map. And we'll get underway.
OWC, but every player plays a different map. And Client finally synced up now, so we should be good to go. Early miss from Mouse Easy and Shina Noriko. So score's about level, combos about level. It's all on the accuracy.
Did get the break from Riser, and there have not been any breaks for Brazil. Looks like if there were any, they were fake.
Oh yeah,
fake misses.
We got
fake news.
Baited.
There's a real break though, I believe, from Nissan. So it's gonna kind of equal out. They had a little bit of a lead. They have, but it's gonna be pretty close now. Riser about 50 combo advantage over Nissan, but otherwise all players very similar.
Oh, Nissan will find yet another break, and that is gonna help Taiwan here.
Yeah, they start to build up just a little bit of that combo lead. But Zane finds a break. That's one of their strongest DT players, too. Not somebody you'd like to see miss.
3 FCs to 2 now. Brazil with the advantage. Checking out halfway through.
And Shina Noriko breaks as well. Oh, boy.
And this could be it. This is probably the biggest chance Brazil have had at a break point.
Yeah, they've just got to hold on a little bit longer. They've got 3 FCs. Make that 2
Korean
FCs go.
goes
Korean
down.
Go break.
But still with Mouse Easy and Sanji Lift, they're still looking pretty good. Only shield holding combo for Taiwan. So as long as Mouse Easy and Sanji Lift can hold on for just a little longer, Brazil will finally be able to tie this match up.
Oh, Zane and Sanji Lift trading breaks. And Mouse Easy versus Shield. Yeah, Brazil's fine with that.
That favors Taiwan, that trade. But Shield drops, and now it's all a Mouse Easy. The legend himself.
Yeah, this is, I think, over at this point. It's almost 400,000 point lead for Brazil. It's going to maybe be pared away a little bit with those combos from Shina Noriko and Riser, but with Korean Maliko backing up Mouse Easy, that is a break point.
It is
long last.
A tie game, 4-4. We are down to a best of 3 now.
And each team now has 1 pick.
And that is
remaining.
A FC from Mouse Easy, over a milli. So Brazil finally able to tie this game up after being behind since the very beginning. If they can convert this DT pick, they'll have their first lead of the match and their first match point.
This is a map where I would honestly not be surprised to see a few FCs, but for Brazil, it's very meaningful. As you said, this would be their first lead of the entire match. They give them the opportunity to at least have 1 match point, even if it is on their opponent's pick, before the tiebreaker might happen.
Yeah, an early double miss from Taiwan there from Riser and Shina Noriko.
Fortunately, I mean, it's 1200 combo, 3 minutes long. Like, there's plenty of time to build back up, but you want to see that comfort early on. You don't want to see the early breaks, because you never know if that means that players are not quite on their game, maybe not quite making it through the nerves. But Brazil, the 4-way, holding into the first key out here.
Yeah, so far everyone's looking comfortable.
Yeah, nobody, well, everybody looking comfortable except for Mouse Easy. That looked like just like an over-aim, I think.
Was that client or was that an actual miss?
He has an A rank, so I think that was an actual miss, but there was a little bit of lag at the same time, so we'll see if his combo comes back magically. But I think that was a real miss.
That looks like a real miss. Yeah, that was a legitimate break from Mouse Easy.
It is still the 3FC to 2FC advantage for Brazil, but those 2 combos behind are pretty big. And there goes the break from Zane. Right at halfway through, that's going to be, as we said, you know, it's going to cap his score. You lose so many points for missing there. Now down to just 1 FC and a couple of big combos for Taiwan. Matched, basically, by Brazil.
Yeah, Taiwan are still in this, despite that miss from Zane, just because of the combos. It's basically a 3v3. It's slightly in Brazil's advantage. So Taiwan are not out
Riser!
of this.
Oh, Riser! Oh, no. That is tragic.
That's a tough break right there. And now Brazil are really going to start to check out here with nearly a quarter of the map left.
Oh, and there goes Zane and Shina Noriko. It's over, actually.
It's over, yeah.
That just ended the map.
Lift, Nissan, and Korean Maliko with the combos. Mouse Easy's struggling, but his teammates have his back.
Yeah, this... just ended on the backs of the Triple FC, still alive from Brazil. Really impressive stuff. I mean, still a couple hundred combo left in the ending, and there are some pretty big jumps, but it just is not going to matter at this point. Brazil with a 500k lead. Nissan finally breaking, but all too little, all too late if you're a Taiwan fan. This is a great performance from Brazil. Remember I said a couple FCs might be possible. Well, at least into the ending, a couple FCs are possible, even if we're seeing these breaks in the last few hundred combo.
And only one remains. Will he bring it home?
Korean Malako has been so important this match. He's been playing really, really good Osu.
He has stepped up big this match.
That is the FC.
And now with here, this double time FC to give Brazil their first lead of the match. Their first match point. Taiwan now. Their last pick is coming up next, and it will either go to tiebreak or it will end right here.
Yeah, I mean, all credit to Brazil. Down the entire match, finally get the break point and just immediately take advantage of it, hold their own, and get that match point, and it's going to be free mod.
Yeah. And look at Zane's accuracy. He had 99.49, just a 2 miss, unfortunate. But Korean Malako with a 99% FC coming in clutch, and free mod 1, as you said, will be Taiwan's last pick. And this is very interesting considering that Taiwan actually have not won a single free mod pick yet, but this is free mod 1.
Yeah, you know, it's a risk. I feel like it's a huge risk. You lose 2 free mods and you go with, you know, kind of the free mod 1, the alt free mod. I don't know if that's, I mean, I would say I don't know if that's the pick, but I mean, right, they did win on Nomad 3 on Otoshimae way back when, at the beginning of this match. So, you know, an hour later, we're seeing another kind of alternating map. Maybe that's what they felt favored them, since it was a pick that they won earlier. A little more comfortable. This is big circles. It's CS 2.6 with Nomad. So instead of having those small circles, you get some big circles to deal with. But boy, I just don't know. When you lose 2 free mods and then you pick a third one, that is a big risk you're taking against a Brazil team that has looked very strong with their free mod roster. I just don't know.
Well, obviously they have to have a fair amount of confidence in this pick to be picking it as their last pick. I mean, they chose this over Hard Rock 3, and I think that's what the most surprising is to me.
That was really where I expected them to go as well. You know, we've been talking about that map being a possible pick for them for quite some time, and they decided against it, so clearly they'll have a reason. I'm sure they have a reason, but you know, will going to free mod be the play here? I just don't know. And you know, so many of these maps, I say it over and over in this match, so many of these maps have just been very close, very contested. 1 or 2 players missing versus hitting a particular pattern just can be the difference. So
yeah. At Brazil, I love how, man, they have played such a great match so far. They've been down since the very beginning, down by 2 points. At the very end, they're able to claw it back, tie it, take the lead, and now, for the first time, most of the pressure, almost all the pressure really, is going to be on Taiwan, not Brazil here.
Yeah, and that's an interesting factor because it's really not been something, you know, they've had, relatively speaking, less pressure on them this entire match with that lead, like you said. So how are they going to play with a deficit? We haven't had to see that as of yet. And really, I mean, I think both their matches last week, they were ahead pretty much the entire time as well. So Taiwan have been a front-running team. How will they do trying to claw this into a tiebreaker on a very tricky free mod alt pick?
Well,
we're about to find out.
Round number 10, and we do see a slight overmod from Taiwan in the form of GFMRT, who's going with Hidden and Hard Rock. Shin and Oriko also with Hidden. 2 no mods apiece. Brazil sticking with the minimal modding. But this time it will be Tusk on Hard Rock.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brazil switching up who their mod players actually are here. Tusk, Hard Rock, Mistia, Hidden, Dada Alt, Nomad, and Mouse Easy, of course. The Nomad, no surprise there, but it's, well, It's a tough map, and it's one where you can miss a lot.
Ooh, early triple miss from Brazil. Mistia, the only one not missing, and Taiwan holding the quad FC, so they're going to run away with this for now at the start, but Brazil will have presumably some chance to build combo, but that's not how you want to start it.
Yeah, and Taiwan with the lead, knowing that they've got a pretty good score. You know, any of those players that are holding onto the FCs are going to feel pretty good. Shinonorico does find the first break. This is pretty tricky with any mod you choose. Even though the circles are larger, technically making it easier with Hard Rock, the patterns and the spacing kind of take away from that a little bit.
I'm looking at GFMRT really closely here because although, you know, he is FCing right now with the double mod, his accuracy is not the best. If he finds a miss, that's going to really hurt Taiwan because he's the one that's earning the most points, but Tusk, yet another miss.
Yeah, this is, you know, kind of one of those KWK style alt maps where the spacing is really pretty big, and you also intersperse some tricky little 1/6 bursts, which just makes the consistency of it a little more difficult, as you're seeing from people breaking just kind of here and there. There's another break from Dada, for instance. The aim is difficult, and boy, those, like you said, those modded players we're watching very closely. That's a break from Flask created with Dada. Shield and GFMRT, though, still in the double FC. Keeping them out in front of Mouse Easy and Mischief. Mischief still on that hidden FC, but 92 accuracy. That score is pretty big in favor of Taiwan, just between him and the FC players on the other side.
Yeah, Shield and GFMRT are the players that Brazil needs to break right now. But Tusk with yet another miss. Mischief and Mouse Easy doing everything they can. But Taiwan are really pouring on the heat now with a 400k lead, and we're getting near the quarter map mark.
And Tusk has been struggling a fair amount. Another break there from him. I think we just need to be prepared now for a tiebreaker, because at this rate, it looks like that's exactly where we're headed, full steam in that direction, because Taiwan looking really good on this pick. Saving it for last, and they're making it count.
Yeah, and GFMRT, despite the accuracy, he is holding the combo, and that's what matters.
As you say that, he does find a break, but it is long enough into it. He's got 675k. That's a great score.
Yeah.
It's ahead of anyone from Brazil by a pretty decent margin, other than Mischief on the FC. So not the end of the world, though a couple breaks at the end come in. Taiwan has just established a big enough lead.
Yeah, it's nothing that's going to flip this result. Taiwan is going to be able to take this point and send it to tiebreaker.
Just a great performance from several players on this map. Mischief and Shield coming in with the FCs for their teams. GFMRT with that huge hidden Hard Rock score.
Yeah, that was massive from him.
Really important.
And once again, folks, we will go to tiebreak.
And what did I say at the beginning of this match? It's either going to be...
It's either router or TV.
And we're getting it. 2 TVs in one day, man. This is why we play the game. Semifinals round, tiebreakers, man. These teams are so evenly matched, and this is going the distance, and I am thrilled for it.
I have no idea who's going to win this. No idea.
The break is over. The pause is over.
There will be no icing
rosters
from Brazil. We are getting straight into this one.
Fascinated by these lineups. So Brazil, no surprise by any of their players. Mouse Easy, Mischief, Nissan, Corey, and Malka. Those are their, I think, top 4 on any sort of consistency aim-based pick. But Taiwan, Zane, Shield, Riser, Yunha. No GFMRT, no Flask, no Shinonorico in for this one. That is a big surprise to me. For those have been, I think, some of the strongest players on their roster throughout this entire
I also like looking at this Brazilian lineup. You see Mouse Easy, Mischief, Korean, Malako, and Nissan, 4 players who have played very well today. Brazil will start with an early double miss, but it is the tiebreaker. Very early days.
Yeah, this is a very long tiebreaker, as you mentioned. 6 minutes, 2,500 combo in total, just about, with very tricky map everywhere. There's jumps, there's streams. I mean, this is the epitome of this kind of stage's tiebreaker. And you see some breaks already early on for both teams, maybe trying to get those nerves just out of the way. Yunha with breaks, Zane, Mouse Easy, and Nissan, as well as Korean Malako. So it's going to start off a little bit tense here, but with double FC on Taiwan, make that tense.
Shield will drop, so now only 1 FC standing on each side. Mistia for Brazil, Riser for Taiwan. The supporting combos from Brazil are also there with Nissan and Korean Malako for Brazil. Unha is trying to get there for Taiwan, but Brazil will be able to pull it back for now.
And man, depending on what happens, oh my gosh, that's a break on almost nothing from Mischief. That's that 1FC gone from Brazil.
Yeah, and now it's on Riser.
Riser backed up by Yunha and Shield. We'll see how long those combos can last. We've got a lot of map ahead of us. Got to strap in here for the long run. A lot of combo on both sides being built up.
That score bar is not moving at all. Look at that.
It's dead even.
It's dead.
Absolutely
in
dead
the middle.
even.
Oh,
Nearly identical combos across the board in total. There's a break from Yunha that's going to help out Brazil just a little bit.
yeah, that break from Unha will help Brazil just a tad. And now that score bar starting to creep over to the left side. A third of the way through, though. Still plenty of time for Taiwan to get back in it. But it is Korean Maliko and Nissan with Mouse Easy putting up some impressive combos. But Riser still rocking the FC. Zane will drop, though. And that's going to hurt Taiwan.
You know, we saw in the previous tiebreaker that this map is truly not over until the last note is hit, because there is plenty of time to come back no matter how far down you are, no matter what the scores may look like. If you're either of these teams, you just gotta try to keep your breathing under control, keep that cursor under control, because there is so much combo and there is so much time. But those big 1,000 plus combos from Brazil are going to start to do work here. Korean Maliko and Nissan. And there's a break from Shield. That was the second largest combo from Taiwan gone.
Does give it up. And now 2 1K combos for Brazil. Only 1 1K combo for Taiwan. Riser doing everything he can, but now it might start to get pretty hairy here for Taiwan if none of these other players are able to build combos. Because Nissan and Korean Maliko are trying to put this out of reach.
Zane is just struggling a little bit here, and Riser is the only thing they've really got going for him. Yunha several hundred combo behind. This is going to get out of hand in actually a hurry as we start to get into the middle third into that last quarter of this map, because those combos are so big and nearly unmatched from Brazil. However, there is a break from Mistia. There is still life. Oh, Korean Maliko just broke on the slow section. This is huge.
That is 1 down, and that is going to massively help Taiwan.
Yunha has gone as well. And we're going to get into the streams. Watch Riser in this stream.
Nissan is down. Now Brazil have basically nothing, and it's all on Riser. 1,600 combo. Can he do it?
Riser is still going. He made it through the first set of streams. There is more to come, but he's got such a big lead over everyone now.
It's all on him. He has to at least do enough work to get that score difference within reach for Taiwan. As long as he can hold on long enough to do that, he's going to give him a shot. And he's going to flip this 4 lead.
Riser, what a performance he's putting on. He finally breaks, so does Shield, but there's really a combo reset everywhere.
Right as the score flips, it's dead even again. Are you kidding me, Riser?
This is going to once again come down to that last chorus of this song. This is going to be so close once again.
Who is going home and who is going on to face South Korea? A quarter of the map left to determine the fate of these 2 teams.
You've got to recover your combo. You've got to do everything you can, because this last Ki sword, that's a double miss. Riser and Yunha both resetting, as well as Korean Maliko. Brazil with the combo lead, though, pretty severely. Nissan and Mouse Easy both pulling up some combo here in this last second.
Trying to do everything they can to negate it, but it's about a 250 combo advantage for Brazil at the moment. But that score lead is not big at all. If we do see the right misses on the Brazilian side, Taiwan can very well take this point. They're not out of it, and here we go. It's time for the ending.
We are gonna go into the last Ki with a score gap of maybe 50,000 points. Zane with a break. Not the end of the world. It is Mouse Easy, Nissan, and then the whole of Taiwan has to do everything they can. It is a combo lead for Brazil, but any breaks can still spell doom for them, so they need to keep, and they need to hold on.
But right now, things looking better and better for Brazil the more we progress. Korean Maliko will find a break. Mouse Easy with a break. Zane and Shield trading it now. Nissan still holding that combo, keeping Brazil ahead. The 600 combo. Mistia is there with a supporting combo.
Brazil's going to do it. Nissan and Mistia are putting on a freaking clinic here at the end of this map just to keep Brazil in the lead. They're going to run away with the last seconds of this. Nissan, what are you doing? This is incredible at the end.
Despite a brilliant combo from Riser that put Taiwan right back in it, Brazil's consistency is going to shine through in the tiebreak, and Brazil will move on to face South Korea in top 8. Taiwan's World Cup adventure will end here. Heartbreaking fashion, Brazil complete the comeback.
Absolutely astonishing. Just, I mean, what can you say? Brazil, the Nissan combo, the Mistia combo, Riser doing everything he could to keep Taiwan alive, but it just was not quite enough. Korean Moloko, the second biggest combo from Brazil as well. Across the board, just an amazing performance when it absolutely counted the most. 80,000 points, the margin. I mean, that could not have been much closer, but that ending from Brazil just sealing it with two incredible lights out last quarter performances.
And that is going to do it for this round of the losers bracket. Brazil, your big winners. They will move on in the losers bracket to meet South Korea,